Alright, so guys, I want everyone watching this video to understand this. Not really understand this, but I want everyone watching this video to really think about what I'm saying for a second. They always tell us you're young. This is your time to go out there and have fun, make mistakes, and do all of these things. They tell us we have room to make mistakes, we have room to grow, we have room to do all of these things. Which in a sense is true. We do have room to make mistakes. We do have room, we do have wiggle room to make mistakes, make adjustments, and be able to fix them down the line. But the thing they don't tell us is what kind of mistakes. Because some mistakes we make become permanent. Some mistakes we make are irreversible. Some mistakes we make completely damage our lives, completely take us off the track that we're going. So they always tell us you're young, you have time. The truth is, time is an illusion. Yes, there is 24 hours in a day, absolutely. But not everyone has the same 24. They like to say we all have the same 24 hours. It's not true. Because you could live for 24 hours, a person can live for 10, but it's still 24 hours in a day. Time is an illusion. Time is not something we're supposed to be tracking. We're supposed to be living up our days as if it were our last days. We're supposed to be putting forth the work, putting forth the effort to get where we want to go as if it was our last day, as if today was our last day for us to put our all into it. So when they tell us you're young, you have time, make mistakes, have fun, am I sitting here telling you guys not to have fun? No. Am I telling you guys you can't make mistakes? No. But I want you guys to start putting your heads and minds in the right places and focus on the bigger picture. All of these things are not going nowhere. Like nowadays in our culture, in our society, fun is parties, fun is drinking, fun is promiscuity. Yeah, nowadays fun is promiscuity. Fun is linking up with fun is drinking, fun is smoking, fun is hanging out till 4 a.m. Fun is working 60 hours a week to go on a trip and come back to pick up more 60 hours just to make up for the money that we paid for the last trip. Fun is going to bars. Fun is all those things is what fun has turned into in our culture, in our society, in our generation. And if you realize something about all those things, they're all damaging. Nothing about what I said is good for your long-term health. It might be good short-term. It might feel good in a moment. Absolutely. But majority of the times, the things that feel good right there in that moment are the things that are not good for you. That's just the truth about it. And so when I say this, like, am I saying not to have fun, guys? Am I saying not to go on trips? Am I saying not to go out, drink, and do all these? Listen, I'm not here to tell no one to do and what not to do. Everyone has a life to live. And that's something I've realized as I took a step back from everything and everyone, that everyone has a life to live. Everyone comes to terms with things when they come to terms with things. There's no amount of a person telling them or them seeing it or None of that stuff. Like, they have to come to terms with it by themselves. A person that loves to party won't stop partying until they realize that for themselves that the partying is damaging. A person that smokes and drinks every day of their life is not going to realize it's damaging until they've come to terms with that is damaging. A person that's sleeping around is not going to realize it's damaging until they sit back and realize it's damaging for themselves. So yeah. Listen, you're young, make mistakes. Go start a couple businesses. Maybe you might win, maybe you might fail. That's a mistake. Make good mistakes, right? Get in a committed relationship. Be completely faithful. If things don't go right, it's a mistake. Chalk it. Start saving your money and put it towards something. Start that career that you've been trying to start. That thing that you've been wanting to do. Make those type of mistakes. Don't make irreversible mistakes. Don't go out and get drunk and then end up that night having sex, and then 2 weeks come by, you're pregnant. 2 weeks come by, you're having a baby. These are irreversible mistakes. You start a business, it fails, you can always shut down the business. You get in a relationship and it doesn't go how it's supposed to go. Y'all don't see eye to eye. You could always get in another relationship. That's reversible. But certain things, like say you go out, you get drunk, you get in a bad car accident, God forbid, and that's irreversible. It's so much things that can go a certain type of way. Certain things that could go away. So honestly, I just say, like, yes, absolutely, you're young. Absolutely, we're young. Make mistakes. Make mistakes. You have room to make mistakes, but that doesn't mean literally go out there and make mistakes. Because doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. I'm starting to think like a lot of us are insane. A lot of us are really thinking like, oh my gosh, I want my life to be better. Oh my gosh, I want to be career driven. Oh my gosh, I want to be a millionaire. Oh my gosh, I want to be able to buy my mom a house, my dad a house, my family a house. And then we're doing the same things and expecting a different result. We're expecting to be this multi-millionaire. We're expecting to be this well-known person, this famous person. But when it's time to sacrifice, when it's time to put down the joint, when it's time to put down the drink, when it's time to stay away from people, when it's time to sit back and learn, sit back and analyze and plan and write down plans and make a board and all these things. Where are we? When it's time to do all these things, everything you say go out the window. That's the definition of insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. I promise you guys, 9 times out of 10, you are going to continue to get the same results if you do not do something different. So when you do things over and over, you cannot say it's a mistake. You cannot say it's a mistake. If I walk by, I'm with one of my friends, I step on his foot. I'm like, yo, my fault, bro. I stepped on your foot. My fault. He's like, all right, bro, you good. You straight, bro. You good. Then 2 minutes later, we're walking. I step on his foot again. Like, oh, my fault. That was a mistake, bro. My fault. And then 30 seconds later, I step on his foot again. Then 2 minutes, I step on his foot again. Then in 10 minutes, I step on his foot again. Can I really say that's a mistake? Can you really honestly say that is a mistake? No, it is not. There's clearly some intention behind it. There's clearly some willfulness behind it. There's clearly some willfulness, but there's clearly some willfulness behind it. Clearly. So, listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But I just want everyone to wake up. That's what I want. That's what I hope and I pray for, that everyone wakes up before it is too late, before they can't reverse any of these things back, before they can't go back, before they can't make adjustments. I just hope everyone wakes up and focus on what's really important in life, and not all this stuff behind the screen, not all this stuff behind the media. Like the social media likes to fool us into believing certain things that we need to do, certain things that you need to have, a certain way you're supposed to be. There's not a certain way you're supposed to be. There's not a certain life you're supposed to live. That is not true. Everyone has a life to live. Everyone has different circumstances. But social media will fool us. Social media will fool us that we are 20 years old and we need to be out taking trips every 2-3 weeks. We need to be out taking trips every couple months. We need to be on a trip. We need to be on a flight. We need to be getting Birkin bags. We need to be getting rocking Louis track runners. We need to be spending our last on Gucci slides. We need to be out. We need to be having fun. We need to get rentals. We need to get Corvette rentals. We need to get rentals. If we're not in a rental, we're not good enough. We can't. Like, social media will really fool us into living a certain type of lifestyle because you see it behind the screen. You see these people have it, now you want it. You see these people have it, now you want to live the type of lifestyle they live. But if you know something behind the screen, it's easy to fool someone behind the screen. It's easy for me to show you a certain type of life that I'm living behind the screen. How much people have y'all seen behind a screen look like they're the richest person in the world? And then when you see them, when you're around them, yeah, bro, can you get my food, fam? Yeah, bro, I forgot my wallet at home, bro. Can you get my food? This person flaunting all this money online. This person showing this certain type of lifestyle online, showing these cars online. And then when you see them in person, they have no car. It's easy to fool someone behind the screen. That's why I want you guys to stay out of that mindset of trying to be like what you see behind a screen. Be yourself. Be yourself. And social media has fooled us to convincing ourselves that this is what we actually want. That's the problem. Social media has fooled us to actually believing that these things, we actually want it. This is a certain type of way we want to live. It's not true. It's not true. That's why I advise everyone to just sit back and really learn yourself and really look to improve yourself. Really look to see what you want out of life and not what your friends want, not what your mom wants, not what your dad wants, your grandma wants, your teacher wants. Not what social media wants. What do you want? Listen. This video, mistakes. You're young, make mistakes. Absolutely. But make the right ones.